Two crazy things have just happened. Bitcoin has breached the six-figure mark, $100,000 for one Bitcoin. And secondly, we just received the biggest airdrop that we've ever had in the portfolio. And things have been pretty wild, to say the least. So without further ado, let's jump into the portfolio. As you can see, in the last week, we're up 27% overall. And the portfolio is at a new all-time high at $83,000. Meaning that if we have another week like we've just had in the previous week, we'll finally complete the challenge. Now you'll notice at the very top we have Hyperliquid. And I mentioned this in the last video, that the hype token was coming. Now what I didn't anticipate was that it was going to be just like this. It launched at around $2, which is, I believe, 2 billion FDV, and pretty much has gone up only over the first few days. Now we're kind of 6 days in, and we're trading at almost $14 billion FDV. Now this is pretty wild because it's meant that my hype airdrop has actually done many X's since launch. So pretty wild that we've got a 5-figure airdrop here, and I think my airdrop is actually on the conservative side. I think there's many people that you'll see on CT who have had a big airdrop, and that's purely because of the fact that it was a 31% airdrop. I mean, how many protocols do you see ever giving 31% of their supply away at this crazy valuation? So I think this has been probably the best airdrop that I've ever had. And I think this chart is just unbelievable. I mean, I've never actually seen anything like this for a new token, at this size anyway. And I think definitely there's elements of euphoria involved right now, especially just seeing the numbers that we've got on screen. But as you can see across the board over the last 24 hours, I mean, let's change this. I mean, maybe I can show you the last week. Look, Hyperliquid up triple digits. AIXBT continues to be a great performer, and you can see that we're up 1,400% almost on that position. The AI coins are doing well. ETH is doing well. It breached $4,000, and of course the main elephant in the room, of course, Bitcoin finally breaching 100,000. Actually had a really big wick all the way down to 92 and now back over 100,000 again, with ETH as well, or similarly kind of breaking the $4,000 mark, which again just looks pretty crazy to me. I'm feeling euphoric, just seeing the kind of things on screen that I'm seeing. But yeah, I mean, it's been pretty awesome. I think other coins as well. I mean, we've seen with ETH performing well. Dinero is similarly kind of getting back in the green. We've been in the red in that for a while. Similarly with Lit as well. I mean, it's just green everywhere really. And yeah, I mean, that's why the portfolio is up so much. We haven't changed anything. Portfolio still remains the same, but yeah, it's just been fantastic. Now, one thing that is coming out in 2 weeks' time, I believe on the 16th of December, is this token right at the bottom. We did actually have Deuce, the token. I mean, for those of you who have been following this challenge from the very start, you'll know that we used to own Deuce. We migrated it into Sim, and the Simio token is coming on the 16th of December. So I think this is going to be another big possible token. Let's see kind of what it's valued at. We have a pretty, I mean, at the time it was a small bag, but I think given the valuation of Sim today, based on what Simio can offer, I'd like to think that this is going to be worth a decent amount. And so yeah, I think hopefully we can actually complete the $100,000 in the next couple of weeks, I think, if the market continues as it is. Now, of course, you know that if I'm saying that if it continues as it is and you were going to hit 100,000, then it definitely means that we probably won't. We probably will have some correction at some point. Is this the pure euphoric moment that we're having right now with ETH, with Bitcoin, with AI agents, which just continue to just keep going up, with Hyperliquid? I mean, everything, no matter what you touch, is going up. I mean, the only thing that didn't go up this week is Solana. And even then, it's kind of flat on the week, which is still great because if you're staking it, as I am, you're still earning yield. So yeah, I think a really interesting point of the market right now. like where things clearly feel pretty euphoric. Now, I actually did write a tweet about kind of some of the things that I'm interested in at the moment in the market, really focusing on AI agents. You've got the memetic agents like Goat, the entertainment agents like Cerebro. You've got the alpha agents like AIXPT, which I have in the portfolio. You have infra agents like AI16Z, which I think is actually one of the best ones as well in the market right now, and virtuals, of course, which went absolutely insane, going from 30 million market cap to almost 2 billion. We are seeing some more novel and interesting things. Aava is one of them for sure, bringing 3D models like your favorite NFTs, Pudgy Penguins, for example, bringing them to life. Talking about Pudgy Penguins, they're also launching a token, but also like the likes of Tails AI, kind of bringing agents to do on-chain activity. I think these are pretty interesting, and I possibly will take some more positions in these when I find some good opportunities. And so, yeah, I think if it comes to getting some dips, or if I find a really good opportunity, perhaps with Thales, then yeah, I might actually ape a little bit there. I also talked about kind of how Tau is still like the number one AI coin. It's still number one in mindshare. It's performed pretty well this week, actually, 15%, reasonably well, I guess. And looks like it's on its way to all-time highs. And, we've got a pretty good sized bag there as well, with our average buy being around $400, and we'll get this down as well as we get more and more staking rewards too, which is great to see. We are staking our Tau in a variety of different places, so maybe we'll get some airdrops as well in future too. Now, I've talked about Hyperliquid as well, as we talked about today. I think one of the reasons why ValiDAO has performed pretty well over the, maybe not this week, but definitely last week, is because of its connection to Hyperliquid. And I'll probably will cover this in a little bit more detail in future videos, but I think this is still something that I think is something that I'm very bullish on for sure. And then we've got lots of chains coming out. We've got all of these chains coming out, whether it's Bearer Chain, Monad, Hyperliquid, which is out now, Movement, which is coming this week, Initia, Abstract Story. There's so many tokens coming out. You probably have exposure if you've played around with these different ecosystems, you've tried their testnets out, you've done something to help contribute, you will be getting lots of tokens. And I think this is definitely something that I'm super excited about. This is my edge, being early, finding these ecosystem plays, playing around, farming these airdrops. I think this is something that I've done well with historically and probably will continue to do so. And so, yeah, I'm sharing this list with you now so that you can still pay attention, get involved, and you'll probably do really well. Now, I don't think there will ever be anything like the Hyperliquid airdrop anytime soon, but that doesn't mean that there's not opportunity around all of these. And I think number one at the very top being Bearer Chain, I think that's where a lot of the opportunity will be. I also talked about kind of the DeFi renaissance, which is happening right now. We saw the likes of CRV, Convex, Frax, Yearn, these proper OG DeFi protocols, which probably were a little bit of... They really underperformed, actually. Really underperformed. Those of you who followed me right at the very start, we actually held FXS in the portfolio back in 2022, 2023. And back then it was trading, over $10 at times. It's nowhere near that right now, but still, despite that, this week it's performed very well alongside the DeFi OGs, the curves and your convexes, which I think is fun. It put a smile on my face. I don't own them, don't really have exposure to them. Might be interested in farming them now, but yeah, I think that's been pretty interesting. I think the DeFi coins that are doing really well are the likes of Aave, Pendle, Morpho. These coins have actually performed pretty well. Maybe I can show you as well. Like Morpho, which is like one of the newest kind of DeFi blue chips, you could say. You could argue it's a blue chip because it's been around for so long. Has performed really well from the bottom. Multiple X's in just a week or so, which I think has been pretty cool to see. So yeah, they continue to perform well. As you can see in my portfolio, DeFi wise, we have Dinero and Bunny. These are kind of smaller positions, but I think given that they're so low in market cap, there is an opportunity for them to do big moves, and we'll wait and see. I think for Bunny, my thesis is all around the Uniswap V4, which hopefully is around the corner. Dinero with their branded LST is going to pretty much every single chain at the moment, which I think is also a very bullish thing too. So yeah, those are what I hold at the moment. Probably will look for some other opportunities. I missed Gamma Swap doing like a 10x. So yeah, definitely more than a 10x, probably like a 15x now. So definitely missed that one, but I'm sure there will be others. And of course with Babylon as well. not just with Babylon, with Bitcoin, I should say, we're doing lots of fun things, whether it's with Solve Protocol, Lombard, they have the LST on Solve. I do a bit of trading on Alchemia, and I think all of these will have airdrops coming pretty soon. So yeah, I'll leave a link to kind of this tweet and kind of what I've been interested in the market at the moment. As I mentioned, there probably will be more stuff that I am interested in and kind of will be looking at, as mentioned, Simio as well. But really just wanted to give you an overview of what's happening in the market, but also what's happening with my portfolio. And the kind of gains that we've had over the last week, predominantly due to the Hyperliquid airdrop, but also the rest of the market absolutely ripping. So yeah, I think we'll leave it at that there. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I think we're actually making some fabulous progress with the portfolio. I didn't expect things to jump this quickly either. I mean, we've been stagnant for a long time, and looks like over the past few weeks, we've just been absolutely exploding. I guess that's what crypto does at the end of the day. So yeah, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back with plenty more educational content in the not so distant future.